All right, I'm finally here. Oh, good morning, everybody. Apologize for my... Oh, forgot to turn on the light. There we go. Apologize for my tardiness. I was dropping my wife off at work this morning, and we discovered that it is the big snow cleanup day, basically, for our neck of the woods. And for those of you who live places that don't get massive amounts of snow over the course of the winter, as snowplows clear the roads, there's these massive snowbanks that pile up on the side of the roads, and so before it all melts off and all of the sand and salt runs down into our waste system and potentially damages it, they try to collect and remove as much of it as possible with these giant snowplows and like massive dump truck-esque things. So I got stuck behind a convoy of like 12 of them going through the neighborhood on the way home this morning. So it definitely pushed things back. And proper road safety, you're not supposed to drive in front of these things because they're just big, and as a tiny car you will get squished. I don't want to be squished. Anyway, I'm here now. I think if anybody was here, saw the stream, on Monday, I ran into the boss Trobio, and 100% that's what the fan art's going to be this week. We'll work on poses and stuff in a bit, but as always, I want to take a look at last week's digital art, digital painting, and see how I feel about it, basically. And the bottom line is, hang on, let me get my coffee ready. Oh, you can't see it because bench press. What was I saying? Yeah, coffee. I need the caffeine this morning. We're going to be a little bit more scatterbrained than usual, I think. So that will be fun. Ooh, and now my microphone is... oh, good. NVIDIA's glitching out. That's great. So, the art from last week. Let me grab a new layer. Put it on top of everything. Pencil. No, pen. Red line it. Excellent. Cool. So, overall, in looking at this, I like the overall effect of it. I appreciate the way that I did the colors and the reflections. These things look like there's something off in this direction that is reflecting that color, which, while not bad, is not necessarily what I was going for. So I like the additional color in there, but it isn't quite achieving what I was hoping for. So similarly with this color here, I like the color, but it also doesn't quite hit what I was going for, especially since it doesn't really continue in this area. This area needs some additional color too. Yeah, but overall, I quite enjoy it. I'm quite happy with how this looks compared to the week before that. Oh, and I forgot to switch from top chat to live chat. There we go. The last thing that I want to talk about is the background textures that I put on there. The fact that I ended up changing it to overlay from the normal colors. So the normal colors, I went purple, which is a little too contrasty and it makes it look a little too psychedelic. But when it gets changed to the overlay, it still heads to, like, this is still like a pink section here. There's still some purple here as well, which again I do like, but it's very to note for myself for the future that when I am going to be adding these, it's just a subtle shift of color, not like a full like arc around the circle, the color circle or the color wheel when I select. So it should just be like that and not all the way to there kind of thing. There's little bits back and forth, I think, is kind of going to be the key for being able to do that without the overlay. Although being digital art, having the option of the overlay is nice, and so I'll just use it when I need it. But yeah, yeah, I think that's all my comments really for this. Oh, one of the things that I'll want to say that I really like is the way that the edge lighting here ended up coming out. Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer, that's why. So like the rim lighting here, like the lengths of orange, and then the rim lighting here as well. I just think this one's not as good, but this one, just like the subtleness of it, but you can still tell that there's rim lighting. I really like that one. So and then just kind of the roughness of the edge lighting here as well. Not being directly on the edge, it gives it some nice motion to the piece, I think. So I'm quite happy with that. Oh, and my choice to use cyan and orange for that. Yeah, I do like that quite a lot. Yeah. So that's the review of last week's bit of art. Let's move over to look at the piece that I want to do today. So I have almost certainly I want to let's go. Yeah, I almost certainly want to do Trovio as the bit of fan art. I'm not sure which pose I like, because I do like the way that the fireworks looks. So the fireworks pose looks. So might do that, but we'll play around with the posing in the thumbnail process, which oh, I forgot to create a new document. Let's do that. I'm on a different scene. Yeah, Trobio. I saw this character for the first time. I love the introduction there. Didn't fight him or didn't beat him at all. Tried a couple times, but it was near the end of the stream, so I was definitely not on top of my game. Sorry, back to, let me create a document. Let me save it. Save it off screen so you can't see how terrible my file organization system is. Great, okay. We're good now. Back to... There we go. Great. Then we'll bring the reference in so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So we'll zoom in a bit for Trobio. God, such a fun character. Absolutely great. Okay, coffee poured, good to go. So long as every file you have is in the downloads file, so it has to be in the downloads folder to be good. Yeah, absolutely. Every time I download one, yeah. thank you for the reminder. Screen Hermit 269. Yes, I will be working in Krita. I do have a display tablet, basically right below the camera. So when I'm looking in this direction, this is me working on the display tablet. You guys are here. My chat screen is over here. So just orientating everybody. I did a while back pick up, if you're watching an art stream, I assume that you are aware of Jazza, the YouTube channel. He released a digital pen pack that is compatible with Krita, and so those are the brushes that I've been using lately. My favorite one being this one here, which I cannot remember, but it's, oh, why did that, hang on, sorry, Krita opened the window on my other monitor and I can't select it. You know what, that's fine. I think it's the Jazza oil brush and then the large oil brush. Does it tell me? No. I can't figure out how to resize those things very quickly. Also, not a Krita power user, so if anybody's got some tips for things to help me out, that would be... I'm always open to hearing tips and tricks to make life easier. Okay, so first things first. We looked at last week's... We're going to go pencil, grab a blue pencil. Great. And we are first going to do some thumbnailing to see what kind of pose we want for the art. So my first thought is, I mean, we can just do ooh, Tropio's, it's like an eye shape? Interesting. We can just do this, like the hello everybody, I'm here. If you know about multiply layers, that's all you need. Yeah, for sure. Good morning, Brassfly. How's it going? Yeah, so we're doing the thumbnailing. That's a fine pose. It's already there. I'm not super inspired by it. So I wonder if we could do, instead of that, we do what it would look like if he's doing like a big bow, like on stage, which I have to imagine is in his animation somewhere, just because like he's a performer. Absolutely. Also, I am calling him a he. I don't know if that's accurate or not. He's got the big heart shape. So if he's bowing, oh, that arm is too long, I think. Oh, what do those legs do? Those legs... Gonna have to support his weight. No, that's not. We'll do legs further back this way. So he's kind of bowing more towards the camera. That's better. That looks more like what I'm imagining in my head. So that's a couple of options. I think the other one that I was quite enjoying was the fireworks pose. So the big wings launching things up in the air. So we got those are fun ways of doing wings. So we got the big round shapes. Not quite as round. Guys. Fluffy coat, arms out. Going up that way. Okay, that's fun. I think currently it looks too zoomed in for what I want. I think I want to I want to see what it looks like if I put him further back on like a stage, perhaps, in the arena. So if he's back here, we'll call it a stage, unless like some steps up, maybe. Yeah, Trobio's a he last time. Cool. Glad to have some confirmation. Because I pulled these images from the wiki, I 100% could just go look it up, but I also don't really want to subject myself to spoilers because I am enjoying Silksong for the most part. There's a couple of issues that I have with some of like the crazy combat encounter rooms where there's so many enemies that show up that it just becomes nightmarish to try to dance around everything and it's not as fun. But yes, make the shot as dramatic as possible. Trobio deserves no less. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I think, and because I'm one of the things that I'm doing is I'm trying to limit myself to getting the art done in roughly 2 hours or so. I kind of am limited on the amount of detail that I can include, but I'm trying to emulate oil paintings, I guess, which is more shapes and colors than specifically realism. Realism for a cartoon character is maybe kind of an odd statement, but we'll do. I think he deserves to be. Ooh, how do I do this? Do I want him to be center stage, or like? Hang on, we'll do. So I like the dynamism of the bowing pose. I think it's either this one or this one that I want to start with, like the introduction, like welcome. So we'll do. He's too small already in this thumbnail. I don't. He's bowing. Do that. He's got his big flourish. Art antenna. Then we do make sure he's got the spotlight on him for sure. He's not dramatic enough. Like he's not big enough in that shot for sure. We'll need to. Oh, hang on. My dog is yelling at somebody outside. I will be right back. I gotta go get her to stop. Be right back. Just one sec. All right, I am back. No idea what she was upset about. Probably a squirrel. But she's inside now. Hopefully she takes a nap. All right, where was I? Sorry about that. Okay, back to right. So I like the idea of the spotlight on Trobio. I think that is the correct thing to do. I'll probably do some fireworks. I feel like, actually, if we go back to this previous one over here, let's make the frame a little larger, actually. Just have the stage be here. Some three-dimensionality to it. And the light, absolutely. Get some good chance for some rim lighting and some bounce lighting on there. That'll look great. And then just some hints of fireworks in the sides. Or I seem to remember there's some lights or some smoke, like pyrotechnics basically on the stage. Maybe that's what these are. Pyrotechnics off to the side here. Yeah, I think that's the one we're going with. I can't spend too much time on the thumbnails, so let's go with that. Let's let us so I'm not going to use the firework Trobio. We'll use the idle. Zoom in, give myself a bit more real estate to work with. And then I'll grab the square marquee tool, grab that, do a new layer from selection. Copy selection to new layer. There we go. So this is the sketch. And we can adjust the size of it. Cool. Okay, so if that's the actual size of the... Oh, no. I hit the wrong button. That's the size of the actual canvas. Maybe it gets moved over... You know what? No, that's actually probably fine. Oh. Make Trobio bigger in frame. Keep Trobio centered. Center stage, absolutely. He's deserving of no less. Okay. We got that. We'll go back to the brush. I'll try to refine the shapes a little bit. I think just like most bugs, he's got just the pointy arms. Okay, and then What the heck is this music? Okay. How odd. All right. That's fine. Okay, so we have that there. We will... Okay, sketch is done. Let's start adding in some of the background colors so I kind of know what I'm working with. Back to everything here, and once again, the reference image is in the way of the layers. Not that I guess it really matters for you guys what the layers are, but I do kind of... I would like it to be just available to you so you guys can see what's going on. So if I do... So if I... Oh, that's not the right... Try this again. Move it down slightly. That's not really that helpful. No, that's kind of stuck there. Can I move the... Just pop out the layers panel here? Kind of? Hey, that's also not what I wanted. Okay. Nope. I don't want you to... Oh, it's still... Okay. That's fine, I guess. I will say, if anybody who knows Krita knows how to, if I go into full screen mode, keep that window available so I can jump around layers, that would actually be very helpful, because I don't know how to do that. But for now, this is fine. You can see the layers that I'm working on. And actually, if I have it over top of the image itself, it'll remind me to go back into the full screen mode to do the painting, which will be easier. But for now, we'll do a layer above the background, and we'll just call that background as well. Background color. And then, if memory serves, the background of Trobio's arena is pretty dark and kind of blue, right? So we'll go start here. Just fill that in. Great, I can still see things. Lovely. I'll probably add some more definition to it at a later time. But for now, let's once again actually grab the brush this time. Go for the stage, which will be I think just a darker color. And then like an even darker color, I think, for front of the stage, because that's going to be in shadows. Strobio is going to be in the spotlight. So, oh, that looks the wrong color. Okay, take it back. The front of the stage is going to be this color. I will use a different one for top of the stage to give it some more differentiation. I don't want it to be fully that black color, because the color next to each other looked kind of reddish, which is not what I'm going for. But go slightly... Okay, what is... This color is here? Okay, so if we just go a bit darker and a bit darker, that should... Is that enough of a difference? Yeah, okay. Good enough. The rest of it will come together. We'll add some more lighting effects and stuff later on, but for now I just want to get the stage done. Okay. Oh, that's not straight at all. What am I doing? We'll try this again. Nope. Oh, man. Straight line. Not straight line. Straight enough, I guess. Good enough. Okay, cool. So we have background done. I'm going to actually at this point just do a bit of a airbrush of light blue for now, just so we have some sense of. Oh, actually, you know what? No, that's not what I want to do. I want to grab a rectangular marquee tool. We'll just select here. That way I can have a sharp edge for the airbrush. Reset the size. They have the stage lighting being there. And then if we select all of that, give some outlines that will eventually hopefully look like bloom as we paint Trobio's actual form on there. Okay, so all right, let's think this through. What I'm going to need, I think what I want to do is I want to paint Trobio's head and antenna separate from Trobio's body. So that way I can play around with like the angle of things to really get the best position and shape that I can do. So we'll do first the body, because that's going to be the big block of color. So Trobio body. Back to our sorry, and then we'll lock the background so I don't accidentally paint on that. Very important. Back to the brush, and then we'll go with is this pink going to be too vibrant? A little bit. I think I want a little bit more in the red, a little bit darker. Yeah, okay. I think that's going to be what I want for the main bulk of it, and then we'll add some shading and highlights to it as well. But I like bright colors, so we're going to start with this being the color. Give it a rough edge, because I'm assuming that it's a fur coat of sorts, or we're supposed to emulate a fur coat. So that's kind of going to be my goal for getting the texture there. So we'll do brush strokes going out and away so that if there's any brush strokes that end up slipping through this process, it will just be contributing to the texture that I want this garment to have. So if we hide the sketch briefly. Yeah, okay. That looks about right. In terms of shape. Actually, do I want to, if we just erase it a little bit, bring it down a bit further. Kind of give a bit more of a like a shoulder slump, because that's technically the position it would be in, right? Because it would be shoulder down. Okay. I will say, one of the benefits of streaming while doing digital painting is that I always have a reference for myself, so I can just look at my camera while I do actions to see body positions of things. It's going to be especially helpful for hands eventually. Not that I don't think there's not really that many creatures in Hollow Knight that actually have hands, right? Most of their limbs just end in points, which is fine. Art style for sure. Great. Okay, so we have that done. We have... Ooh. Do I... Yes, I think the answer is yes. Sorry, I was about to ask if I'd make another layer for the body. So I know I called that one Trobio's body. But we're gonna name this one Trobio's body and actually do the torso part of the body. And we'll just rename this one to shawl or something. So Trobio body, rename this one to oops, that's not what I wanted. F2. Trobio. Shawl. Sure. Good enough. All right, so back to the body. The body will be a layer below the shawl. And then we'll just do, to start with, we'll grab a gray. Kind of make sure that it is not blue. Trobio's body comes down to a pretty severe point. Do that, and then legs are just we'll stick with black for now. Smaller. And then for the shawl, ooh, no, we'll do the arms as part of the body so that they can just kind of come from under the shawl. And that way I can erase and play around with things without ruining the shape or the look of the shawl. So, get rid of the sketch. That is... Oh, that is rough. Okay. So, what is the issue? The issue is the legs need to look like they're coming from the opposite sides of the body. This arm is just wrong, so we'll get rid of that. So I think the arm comes down from here and then goes across this way. No, something else is wrong. What is wrong? What is going on? proportions of the body is off. The body is wrong. So the body is much bigger compared to the shawl. Maybe a little too large now, but looks better. It's got the curve to the back, which we can definitely maintain the good posture that Trobio has. Okay, now this arm looks too small. That was much more for the other. So technically it's coming down from here, and then it comes out here. And then the legs come from here. And here. Okay, so I'm actually going to another layer for the arm. Do another one for the arms. That way I can really erase and refine the shape of them without getting rid of too much from the body. Get rid of the body one. Okay. And we'll go back to fill in the gap again. Now I'm discovering that Trobio is they're too large on the stage, or the stage is too tall, and I didn't make the stage a separate layer, so that's gonna be a bit more of a pain to fix. That's, oh, I didn't mean to delete it. Come on, come back, come back. I think Trobio is just too large because the antenna are definitely going to be going off of the screen. So let's grab everything, create a new group layer. I didn't group everything together, that's fine. I'll name this layer Trobio. Move all of Trobio's body parts into it. That sounds real weird. And then we can just scale it down. Shift to keep it centered. I think that's probably... it's... oh, again. Yeah. You may be wondering why I'm accidentally hitting the wrong buttons. I have a mechanical keyboard that has separate layers set up, so that I can condense all of the hotkeys that I need into just one hand, my right hand, because I'm a left-handed artist. So drawing with my left hand, hitting all the hotkeys with my right hand. But if I'm not on the correct keyboard layer, it's either tab or delete. So thank goodness Krita is mature enough to have an undo function. So there is that. Okay, back to I didn't actually mean to go into full screen mode because I need a new layer first. This is going to be Trobio head. So Trobio head, great. And then if we once again go back to the correct layer, Great. Okay. And then Hollow Knight, the way I've been doing it, it is just a pure white. Pure white head for most of them. Okay, and then the shape of this is it's kind of flat on the bottom, then goes up in an arc. So flat on the bottom, and then up and over. Probably slightly more rounded because we're at a different angle here. That is a little nose or mouth. That looks good. Oops. Nope. Did not mean to erase those. Fill that back in. I think that looks good. And then the eyes are, we'll start with this color, but they are darker. So we'll go just a little bit more saturated from there. And then, again, we'll figure out the eye shines in a bit. We'll do just the eyes, which are crescents at the bottom of the face. Okay, I like this side of it. This side needs a different angle, I think. Just out a little bit. Is that too big? No, they're massive. Okay. This one just needs to be bigger, I think. I just undo. That's not bad. Okay. This one is a little too in, I think is what I'm seeing. Ah. Okay. Pretty happy with that. So we'll stick with that for the eyes for now. We'll add the antenna. Oh god, please let me be on the head layer. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Keep the arms and the body locked because I don't want to mess with those, and the shawl. So I don't make that mistake again. And then we're back over here. Grab the black, and then they come up the tops. So what we do up here as the endpoints, and they come out. It's got the vibe. I like it. We are going to make them a little bit thicker, I think. Just define them a bit more. I think I'm also going to make the executive decision to make Trobio more of a moth shape. We'll give him more moth-like antenna than... So, thicker at the top and then just kind of comes into it, tapers into a point. Is the idea. Oops. Shape-wise, I'm liking that. Okay, cool. Great, so we have rough Trovio. We are going to just kind of, in looking at the composition as a whole, Trovio is too high in the scene, so I want to adjust the stage downwards, which means I gotta move the background. Let's unlock that, grab this, slide it down. Then we'll grab this again, and we'll stretch it up, probably. No, that's not, maybe we're too far down. That's there. Robio as a whole. Oh, that's right, I gotta unlock all of the layers in there. Just move it down. Just scale Trobio up again. It's really, this is Trobio's stage. Trobio is going to be the key here. Yeah. Down even further. Once again, just grab Trobio. Trobio's bigger than Tro. Maybe that's slightly too large. I think that. Did I rotate it? I did rotate it. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. Leave that there. Back to the background color. Grab the brush, grab this color. Going up here. Grab that color. The brush again. Blend it a bit. Great, okay. And then this one, brush here, larger, and just I isolated it a little bit more, make it feel like there's a actual spotlight. I'll need to add a shadow in there at some point as well, but kind of make it feel more like there's a full light there. Yeah, because I don't want to rely just on the like lighting effects to get that. So we're gonna add a bit of the texture to the stage, so it looks like, for whatever reason, I'm imagining it being a wooden stage-ish. So of like slats of wood is kind of the idea. Why is that the case? I don't know. Especially since like everything in the Citadel is basically made of metal, so a wooden stage doesn't really make that much sense. Also, with all of the fire and fireworks he's firing off, probably not wood, but that's fine. Okay, so I have all of the basics down. Now let's start really painting and adding some life to Trobio. First things first, let us work on giving Trobio some rim lights, probably, or some shadows first. Let's do the shadows first. So we'll go grab this. Oops. Oh, did my music just stop? No, it's just very quiet for like the last 12 seconds of this track. Great. Okay. So back to what was I doing? I was doing the shawl. Okay, once again, let's lock the background. Doing the shawl. Grab this. I think I want the shadow. Gosh darn it, I did it again. I want the shadows to be just a little bit more purple. More saturated, so. Great, okay. I think that's the correct color. I think I need to really just zoom in. Some ambient occlusion around the head for sure. I want to give it some 3D volume, I think, is kind of the idea. So I want to have a little bit of highlights around it. Definitely want to have some shadows down here, and then just like a couple of I'll turn down the opacity for this, and then just kind of add a few strokes around here, just so that we have some shadows or some variation in the color, so that we have what looks like smaller shadows, because I'm not particularly good at the fine line work of really like specifically defining where the shadows are. Nice color combination. Thank you very much, Brassfly. I appreciate that. I am actually also particularly proud of that today as well. So, You in here. I am at this point extra thankful that I decided to make the shawl just a separate layer, because that is, oh, I messed it up. Those ones are fine, but I think I need to just rotate a little bit. And once again, I said this before, but I wasn't listening to myself. Follow the direction of the shawl for making sure the texture is correct. How are we thinking? I think that looks pretty good. It's just a first pass for it. I'm quite happy with that. Okay. Wonderful. So we have the shawl done for now. We'll probably come back and do some rim lighting and some lighting pass as well. But that will probably be a separate layer. So shawl is locked. Let's go with the body for now. And then once again, I have to decide, because he's got that line, where's the line here? I have to decide whether or not like that's an exoskeleton and give it some extra definition, or if that's just like, call it a striped sweater of sorts. But no, I think I'm going to have to so hang on, let's reset the size, reset the opacity, grab the brush and the color. Okay. Smaller. Okay. So what was I saying? I think I will have to try to define those lines as a as like an exoskeleton, so there will be some lighting differentiation there, I think, because I don't necessarily want to just go with like the outline, especially in trying to stick with a digital painting style. So what I will need to do is I will need to zoom in a little bit. We need to definitely go a three-dimensional round form here. Lower one and then the upper one as well. Is that round enough? Do I feel like that's round enough? I don't feel like that's round enough. I feel like it's too flat. So I feel like, let's try this again. So I want it to be round. There. And same up here. I want it to be very on this side. What's that gray? That gray is on the arm layer. Okay, arms. Yeah, okay, there we go. Back to the body. Is that correct? It's better. I think I did that one too far down. Or not. No. That's probably fine. I do think, actually, to unlock the shawl, I want to make that slightly bigger. We're just going to rotate it a bit. Get down. Just make it bigger. Yeah, that feels more correct. Okay. So, if this is the... Walk that again. Arms are fine. Body. Brush. Brush. Okay, so if that is the correct thing, let's make the brush a little bit bigger. Then overhead light, as we are seeing the cast shadows here, it's going to be also I want it to be just ever so slightly lighter. So that way we can have the darkest shadows be part of the definition for the lines. I think most of it will be in the shadows, and then we'll add, oops, and then we'll add the rim lighting later. I think it's the idea. This ever so slightly darker again. A little bit, so I can really bring out the, oh, that's too big. Zoom in, oh, and then let's rotate it. Just in here, just ever so slightly the darkest bits there. We can see them, kind of use the negative space to fill in the gaps with our eyes. And then, because what I want to work on is continuing to add color, the ambient lighting, we'll go with that color, and then we'll just desaturate it a bit. A little bit of blue down here. Give some ambient lighting effects to it. I meant to do. Down. Whoops. Something similar over here. I just trim this down. That's maybe a bit too much. Oh, nicely. All right. Liking the look of that so far. Good, good. Now I need to, I think, at the same time, oddly enough, I'm going to
add some shadows to the black, which is just going to be a lighter color, which is just going to be the blue, because again, we'll have some reflected light on there. Just adding a bit into the black to make it slightly more interesting. Just do the same thing here. Oh. Nope, it won't be there because the arms are a different layer. Arms are a different layer. Great, so we are now in the arms. Unlock that. Nope, keep the shot locked. Back to adding some bounce light into the black areas, just to get some color in there. And then we'll also add a little bit of the red bounce light as well. Just a touch in there. It's going to be much closer to the to the shawl itself, even if it shouldn't be as bright. That's maybe it overdid that a bit. Maybe it's just much darker. Great, and then we'll do that blue and just kind of paint this bit of the other side here. Get rid of it from there because it's going to be more. Oh no, I'm doing it on the wrong layer again. Gosh darn it. Okay. Okay, nope. Arms are done. Back to the body. Aye. Whoops. Okay. Back in here. So the ambient reflected light will be more on this side. Be down here. Gotta keep in mind the ambient occlusion, which would keep some of these sections darker, and even bounce light. We'll do just the see a bit of the light there. And then the last thing. Oh, I did it again. I just deleted that. That's not what I wanted. Arms. Okay. I'm liking the look of that right now. I think that looks great. Moving on to the head. The head will need some color as well. Let's start with the eyes and kind of defining the shine for them as well. So the shine usually works a little bit opposite to how it feels because they're translucent. So the shading will actually be kind of nearer the top because the bottom will have light in it, I think. So we'll try that. Brush. We'll do a bit of this. Actually, let's lock the alpha? No. Lock the transparency, that's what it is. So I can just go straight up to the edge without changing the shape of it. And if we go from here, if we go lighter. No, I definitely want to keep it in the same hue, so we'll do that. Do the thin. The line underneath. Just loosens of it. Actually, don't know that I want it to go all the way to the edge. We'll bring that back a little bit. Oh, thank God for digital painting and being able to lock transparency layers. I don't have to be that careful about this. Larger. Blur it a little bit. Great. Okay, and then grab some little, not quite fully white, but nearly fully white. Give some nice reflective like shines on here. Edge there. Get some nice three-dimensionality. Oh, hang on. I now need to decide, do I think that these eyes are like segmented, or is it just all one continuous thing? I think actually what I want to do is pull back on, pull back on that a little bit, and this one. Undo that. Back to the pink here. Okay, and then we can knock that a bit. Yeah, okay. That looks like shiny eyes to me. Thank you very much, Screen Hermit. That's appreciate it. Okay, I feel like it's pretty coming together pretty well. We are at 11:12. I started a bit late, so I think I've got about 45 minutes left to do some stuff. So I'm gonna not going to go anywhere. I'm just gonna give myself a bit of a breather, plan out what I want to use my next chunk of time for, because there's a couple of elements that I really want to add. I think I got to finish the head first of all. There needs to be some shading on there. I know it's just pure white, but it's kind of with everything else standing out a little bit, I definitely want to add at least some fireworks or like pyrotechnics on the stage, just because I feel like that's kind of a key part of the boss fight, is just like the ostentatiousness of it. So I want to add some of those in. So I need to save some time to experiment with how to make them look good, because I've never really tried to do fireworks before. So it could end up just being like a chunk of colors on there. But we'll see. Finish the head, add some shading and some like ambient occlusion on there as well. Do some lighting effects, do some extra like lighting effects. Really define the spotlight a little bit more. Because actually, in just looking at the my stream feed, the kind of thumbnail of it, it's not coming straight down right now. It's actually, I see it going like this way, like defining it here maybe, which I think is a much more interesting angle and shape than the way I originally had it to come down like that. So make it come down in that direction, just kind of define that a little bit better, is I think what I want to do. Recaffeinate a little bit, and then get ready to keep going. I will say, this past weekend, my wife and I were painting one of the rooms in our house, and oh my goodness, the stress of not having an undo key, it was a lot more than it should have been. Like, it should not be that hard to just think about the fact that, oh hey, if you make a mistake, it's totally fine, you can just, you know, paint over it again later. But I don't know, I'm so used to having just the undo button. It was rough. I was again, more stressed than I should have been. It was not really that big of a deal, but you know, it's just is what it is. Okay, so what color are the shadows on the head going to be? It's going to be not that dark because it is reflecting off of white. And it's going to be kind of a pinkish color because that's the color of the shawl that I ended up going with. So if we grab the brightest color of the shawl and then move it more towards the white, just desaturate it, maybe bring it down a little bit because it's not going to be quite that bright. We end up in here. Now, does this look correct? If I do just like a little bit of this, it does not. Oops, too far back. Okay, so here is not a good shadow. Why? It is too saturated still? Do I need to bring it down here? Is this better? No, not quite. Okay, start again. Grab this one. And maybe we just, instead of making it darker, it just becomes more of the color. So if we keep it light. Okay, yep, that's what I want. Just a little bit around here. The top of the head, not so much because it's not facing the shawl, but we'll pull this one in here. And it's just really small amount. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think it's just super subtle. Yeah, it's mostly painting around the outlets is the most stressful. Yes. Also, we chose a pretty dark color So painting the trim as well. Trying not to get like it's a dark green on top of like the white there. Oof. Oh, that was rough. Especially since if you make a mistake there, painting the white over the green takes a couple of coats, and because you gotta wait for it to dry in between each time, it's like a couple of hours just to touch it up if you want. So yeah. We'll do this. I think actually redefine the shape a bit more. At least that was my experience. That's not. To be fair, I'm sure if most people don't care as much about that, but you know. Okay. Great. Looks good. Now, in a similar manner, I'm gonna have to play around with the bounce height on the antenna themselves a little bit, just to give them a bit more definition. So what was did I just go towards the black? Is that what I did? I just went down this way. Yeah, let's assume that's it, and then just kind of do just the littlest bit around here. Oops. Which mostly is kind of more like rim lighting, maybe. That the vibe I'm going for. Kinda. Oof. No, I don't think rim lighting is what I want. That's... back, grab that, and then we'll just do the underside here. Oops. And just a little bit here, a bit here. I know it's further away, but like I like the having some. Oh gosh. Slow down. Undo. Again. Thank goodness there's an undo button. This is too much because it's too far away. Bring this up. But if I grab this again, then just reduce the opacity, maybe. Just kind of just add the touch, the lightest of touches in there. We have some color variation in just like the black areas. I think that's going to do at least something for the piece. Yeah, okay. It's pretty good. This is too bright here now, so let's just tone that down a little bit. And then this one. Oh, bring the opacity back up. There we go. Also, here's a critter tip. I'm listening. Reading, technically, I guess. The symbol that looks like the A in the layer manager. Yes! For the That's right. The masking layer, right? So I can have a full. So I can create a new layer that will just appear on the transparency of the layer below. Is that? Yes. So yeah, I do forget about that one pretty often. And part of it is part of that is I like the look of it not being super clean for the shadows. For the lighting, that's kind of probably where I will use that a bit more, so I don't screw up the shape as much. But it's just the style that I'm trying to go for right now. I don't make use of that quite as much as if I was trying to do like a cleaner lined style. But yeah. Yep. Thank you for reminding me of that. I did forget about it. That said, I think we're good to go for now. I think I like where that's going. So I think we're gonna pause on Trobio specifically for the moment. I'm going to, I think, add in the firelights. You have a more line art kind of style, so it's just 100%. Yeah, it's for that particular tool, it is very much the effect that you're trying to go for. For me, again, I'm trying to do it was a godsend when I learned about it. Absolutely. And because I don't use it often enough these days, I do forget about it. But yeah, because I'm trying to do the digital painting thing, I'm trying to be more okay with it looking a little bit messier, just to kind of get the shape and the vibe across, more so than like super clean line art. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, so like, yeah, if I was trying to, again, this will probably come up a lot more when I start working on the lighting, because I don't want the lighting to look as messy for some reason. I just don't feel like it looks as good. I don't know why. But when I get to the lighting, I will definitely try to make use of that effect. Sorry, back to, we're going to add a new layer outside of Trobio. We're just gonna name this the pyrotechnics. And then we'll grab just a brush. And then I have to figure out how I want to do this. I want to probably... that's not the right color. Grab just the white. Okay, let's see. Let's think about this. So, if it is pyrotechnics in a picture, it's going to be overexposing the camera, so it'll be closer to white. So if I start with the base of white, like the white sparkles, and then layer on color on top of that, that will maybe be more what I want. And if we want it to be more of a stream at the bottom, do I want it to be going straight up? Do I want it to be more like on an angle out? I think I want it more of an angle out. I know it's not really the way it works in the boss fight, but I think that's going to be more interesting than just straight up. We do like out this way, just to kind of frame Trobio a bit more. That's what I want. That means that there's going to be more sparkles flying off to the bottom. And then this one as well. You know what? Actually, I'm going to probably try to do this in 2 layers. So we have a left and a right side, so I can independently adjust them in a second. So this will be which side? Left. And this will be Pyrotechnics right. Which, you know what? I take it back. We're not just going to create a new layer. We're going to do the left side. Then we're going to copy and mirror it. And then probably just like rescale it slightly or like rotate it so it doesn't look exactly the same. But you know, that's the idea. So if let's get rid of this one down here. Cool. And then it's probably about the same pinkish color, right? So if we go, nope, not orange. Hot pink. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. I think maybe I'm doing this backward. I think maybe what I want to do is get rid of that. Start with the darker colors and then build up to the lighter colors. Because they're, in the fireworks, are going to be fewer hot spots that overexpose the view than there are going to be darker colors. So let's try the darkest color for now. And then this will be just the background of it. Actually, do I have a brush that can do this for me? Favorites, do we have... What textures do we got? We have, what's this one? That one looks better. Okay, and then if we go progressively lighter, no, that's not looking like fireworks at all. Try this again. There's got to be a fireworks brush in here somewhere, right? We have... It's not textures. Maybe it's... Oops. Light effects. This one. Oh, that's fun. Not what I want, but that's fun. Just effects. What is this? Oh. Yeah, okay. There you go. The Krita FX brush. That's... essentially what I want, right? Pretty close, anyway. Get some darker pink ones in there. Okay, and then darker ones. Great. And then some pure white ones. Okay, that's not too bad. I think it's missing something. I think it's probably just a... I just need to, like, go for a lower opacity. Just at the beginning here, just like get more of a sparkler thing. That just give it some more like hint of a shape. Yeah, okay. Not too bad. I think I need to, instead of just doing the white at the top, we're gonna transition to like a pink partway through. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's shift it down a little bit. Now the question is, this is coming from the front of the stage probably. But if we just rotate it slightly so it's coming more straight up. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. It's not currently affecting anything on the stage, so we're gonna have to go back in and do the lighting effects later, but I think that's pretty good. That's pretty much what I wanted. So we do that, we'll grab let me duplicate layer or mask. Yeah. We shall rename this to Pyrotechnics, right? And then we will mirror. Oh, I always get this wrong. Horizontal, mirror horizontal. There we go. It slightly. Cool. I want that to be not what I wanted. Okay. Music's nice, thanks. Yeah. It's a royalty-free playlist that I ended up picking up a while ago. So I think it's Avani music, if you're curious. Yeah. Oh, the dancer guy? Oh, thank you very much. Looks good. Thank you. I appreciate it. We are about an hour and a half into the process, and I have about 20 minutes left before I have to run and go do other stuff. So, trying to prioritize getting this done. So, I think those are the lighting effects that I want to go with. Let's see. If we just accept that. Looks sparklish. So I'm going to need to add some more lighting effects onto Trobio. For sure, some more lighting effects onto the stage. I want to, for sure, add a bit more of the suggestion of a spotlight on Trobio. Actually, we'll do that now before I start thinking too hard. We'll do a paint layer. We'll grab the pen tool, which, do I remember which the pen tool is? Nope, that's not the... or is that what I wanted? Vector layer? Yeah, I think a vector layer. I want... Oh, no, that's definitely not what I wanted. This? Is this the pen tool? Yeah, okay, there we go. Do here... stage... I do not remember how vector or pens work in Krita. Spotlight is part of this guy, like coming from both sides obliquely. Yes, for sure. I'm taking creative license and just going to do a single spotlight for this piece for now. But I can't seem to. Is it just this? Is this what I want? Yeah, basically. Control? Is it? How do I? Don't know how to close the loop. That's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. No. All right, I give up. We're going to just eyeball it. Sorry, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm just gonna do just a single spotlight. Oh, I don't want it to be pink though. That's not correct. Let's go back to just plain white. Airbrush. And then the spotlight is going to go behind Trobio, to the background, because I want to be able to do the lighting effects kind of in a more controlled way. On have you seen the Hollow Nest map art? I have not. What is the Hollow Nest map art? Is it just for the first Hollow Knight, or is it for this one as well? For Silksong. Silksong takes more place in the Citadel more than Hollow Nest, right? Unless my lore is completely off. Great. Okay, so we have a more defined spotlight. I'm happy with that. I'll stop playing around with that now. So we'll name this to Spotlight. Oops. Spotlight. Take a look. I have it on my wallpaper. Yeah. Oh, okay. Great. All right. I'll take a look at that in a sec. I want to. I want to try to get close to the end of this, the painting, and then I will take a look. Okay, so we have. We have the spotlight for the background. That looks great. I want to actually for this do some stage light. So that I can add some. Go back to the pink. Can just do an overlay layer. Just kind of lighten up the stage itself with the... Ooh, that's not the right light. I think I'll go much lighter. Hairbrush still. Do some lighting on the stage from the sparkles. Great. You can have a slight shadow on to show presence of his fur. Yes, yeah. For sure. We're getting down to the finer details, which again, I also was assuming that it was fur, but I wasn't sure. So if we have, this is the lighting, and then is it this one? No, this way. No. Is it? Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how some of the layer effects work in Krita. So, oh, is it? Do I have to turn these all on? No. Oh, is it because this is outside of the group? I bet that's probably it. I have this on and I put this back into the group. No, that's not the one I wanted. Okay. Great, okay. That is the way to do it. Whoop. What is that? That's not... Okay. Alright, so now let's really zoom in. I'll probably change this to an overlay as well. Is that going to... Yeah. I think that's what I want. And then I don't want the airbrush because I do want it to kind of have the brush strokes. Because, again, it's a fur texture, I think. I do want it to look like the fur. So we'll just do ever so lightly. Oh, we want it on the shawl because I don't want it to affect the antenna at this stage. I'll do that separately. So we'll do, and then there's lighting from this side as well. And we'll just add like no, that's too big. Oh no, I don't like those ones. Undo that, undo that, undo. More to the sides here than the bottom. So we'll do, keep that there. It'll reflect on some of these for sure. Do we think that's okay? I don't like this one so much. Bring it down a little bit. Oh, my opacity is real low. Is that why that's... Yeah, okay, so the lower opacity was correct. Let's go back down to that. Yeah. Okay, now if I mess with it too much, I already don't like how that looks. Hang on. We're just gonna undo a whole bunch of that. And they're just kind of much more subtle, I think is the idea. Okay, so that's good. We're gonna add a few back in here. Just a little bit. Okay, I think I like that better. You did a great job, and thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have that, and then we want to add a very little bit onto the body as well. This is going to be more of just a line, because he's got the carapace kind of thing. It's not going to be too much. I just want a little bit of definition along here that we can see. That's too big. So we can see that there is a... Whoa, that's not the button I wanted. Sorry, I didn't finish. I want to add a little bit of lighting along here to see the light connecting to the edges of the shell, which I'm assuming it's a shell, then I'm assuming it's a shell, not like a sweater, so there's some 3D texture to it. So I want to make sure I have that. Whoops. The pink. And we're just going to add a little bit of lighting effects to the legs as well. Not there, that's too far back. We'll do... Oop. Oh, that's not... What happened to his... Oh, I just hit the arms. Okay. And then that's far enough back. It's probably not going to have that much. Let's add a little bit there. And then the head. Add another lighting layer. Oh my gosh. The outside of his eyes are blending into the fur. Is that a problem? Doesn't seem so. Yeah, I'm unsure about that myself. I might go back in and tweak the shadows, like give it a bit more of a definition there. Just because the reference image, like the colors are fairly similar, but they have the big outlines to be able to differentiate them. So if I just kind of zoom out, yeah, it does blend in a little bit too much. Like I would like to be able to see them a bit more. So I will troubleshoot that in a little bit. But first I want to finish kind of going in and adding the lighting on the rest of Trobio, which is going to be basically just a little bit of the pink here, and then I want to go back to just the white as well. It really adds just some shine at the top here from the spotlight that is definitely hitting him. So do here. Wait. And here. Just the. Let's see a bit of, whoops. Let's see a bit of the light here. Yeah. Honestly, maybe the eyes just I don't know. The other thing though for sure is we need some white highlights in here as well, because it's not just the pink pink lights from the fire that are casting light on the shawl. Some actual white lights as well. Again, I'm overdoing it a little bit. I like some of the ones on the rim. But I think I just need to like okay. Actually, here, I'll give you full screen there because it looks thumbnailish to me. Okay. I'm kind of happy with that right now. Damn, I didn't know artists think this much. I will say probably a lot of like more professional artists can think this through a lot faster. I'm just trying to also be somewhat entertaining as I'm working, so I'm trying to process all of my thoughts a bit slower and out loud in terms of just trying to get it to work. So in terms of so I'm looking at the eyes, and you are correct, they do blend in a little bit too much, which is not really what I want for the piece. I want to, I think because we're sticking with the blue and the red and the pink, maybe I try to make them a little bit more purple, just to bring them out a little bit, get them a little bit further away from the red shawl to make them a little bit stand out a little bit more. So coffee break, because my throat's getting a little bit scratchy. Okay, so if I want to go with a purple, no, I actually wonder, because I know in Photoshop you have a color replacement brush. Is there, what's this? Is this? No. No, that's fine. I am just going to go on Drobio's head. Zoom in. Go for just a brush, and we'll just try to go from here, and then we'll just add another layer on top of that. What purple do I want? I still want it to be pretty red. I don't want it to be super far off, but I do want it to be a little bit more, we'll go with this, a little bit more purple, just to add a little bit of blue to it. And then if we just add a little bit of definition, like some extra shading in there, I think that's probably, and the hand on the right side of the picture seems detached from the body. All in S-map art. Yeah, yes. Oh, that's cool. That's true. I did say I was going to do that in a sec. Okay. So we just give a little bit of a shading just around here, just to try to define it a little bit better. It doesn't change the color of the eye so much, but it does make them stand out. So I like that. And you are correct. The right arm does look like it is far too detached from the body. Good call. All right, so while I think of how to fix that, let me... sorry, where did you say it was? You said it was on your wallpaper. Cool. Sorry, didn't mean to box you there. I cannot see it. Oh, you said, sorry, I fully misunderstood what you were saying. Okay, so let us go for whoa. I muted the Hollow Nest map art. Ooh, that's cool. Is it yeah, not on your profile page, you mean? Yes, I definitely figured that out a little bit too late, so apologies for that. Do I have a good... I don't want store pictures. I just want the art. Why is that so hard to... I will say the images of it are very cool. Is it yeah, it's great. Oh, here we go. Is this... All right, here's one from DeviantArt. It looks like that was just the map, though, not... You know what? Here, this is probably fine. There's... not to advertise display, but is this roughly what your... images, because I think that looks fantastic. That's very cool. Yeah. Oh, I miss Hollow Nest. Yeah. Does it make you try to make the Silksong one? Possibly. Probably not. I'm not actually through the game yet. I'm still in Act 2, still trying to get all of the melodies to open up the next section. Oh yeah. Oh man, I fully... In the original Hollow Knight, I missed the Hive for like the first 2 times I played through the game. Yeah. I miss Hollow Knight. It was great. Anyway, okay, back to yeah, that's a fantastic piece of art for sure. It's very much a different style of art than what I'm working on right now, because I'm trying to go for more of a painterly vibe, but it does look great. Absolutely. So what I need to do now is you are correct that the arm for Trobio does look like it is way too long for them. So let's try to I think it's just the arms, right? I didn't just grab everything here. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. The arm. I move the arm. Oh, there's some lighting on there as well. Okay. Let us... Okay. Let's grab that and those. What is... Wait, what layer is that on then? If it's not on the... It is on the lighting layer. Oh, interesting. Okay, so no. Alright, so I was trying to grab both the layers at the same time and move them. That's not how this works. So we're gonna have to do the arm a little bit. Does that feel... That feels more correct. So if we have that size, maybe a little bit further out. Yeah. You know what? I think that feels correct. It looks like it's much more connected to the body now. I quite enjoy that as well. Any last minute tweaks that I want to make? Yes, I think the shawl itself, I need to the lighting a little bit more. But if we, because it's just this section right here that feels like it's not being illuminated enough. So if I just do just a little bit. Or maybe it's the shape is now not quite correct. I wonder if that's the case. Maybe if I instead grab the brush, set the size, just pull it back a little bit. Oops, that's too harsh. Get rid of the opacity a little bit. No, that didn't work either. No, I like this shape. I take it back. We're gonna, whoops. Wow, that is way. You were very right to call it that arm. That looks so wrong in the original position. Yeah, I think that's probably about it. Back to the lighting. And some of the white as well. Zoom in. The pink. Definition there. Okay, no, if I keep messing around with it, I'm going to do too much, I think. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy to no, I take it back. There's one more thing that I want to do. Where Trobio's great. It's the background that I want to try to add a bit more texture to, because this is just a solid color. We'll do my trick of grabbing this color, maybe it's a little bit lighter, giant brush, and just like imply a shape in the background. Oh, I don't like that at all. I'm overdoing it again. Just a little bits of texture here. So he's got that like stage arch in the background, right? No, again, overdoing it too much. We have some that there. I think that looks good. I take it back. I don't know if I want to do texture in the light behind Rovio. I think that's fine. I think the last thing that we're gonna do is we're just going to, I know this doesn't really make that much sense, but we're gonna just vignette it a bit. Airbrush. Resize in the purple. Just vignette it ever so slightly, just to make it extra clear that we're looking at the Trovio in the middle of the frame. Great. Okay. There we go. That's pen down. 2 hours, 20-ish minutes. Not too bad. I'm actually quite happy with it where this ended up. Let's save before I forget. And yeah, I will turn this into... no, I keep seeing things that I want to tweak, especially with the lighting stuff. So we have our Technics. The spotlight. Oh, why? That should be... okay, the paint there. Why is that? Oh, I thought I picked white. Okay. Okay, that's again. Okay, I could keep tweaking this for a while now, but we're gonna call it here. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out while I was doing this digital painting of Trobio. Hope you all had a great week and have a good weekend. Good luck on any projects and stuff you gotta do. I will be back on Monday morning at around 9:30 to continue the playthrough of Silksong. First thing up is probably going to be trying to fight Trobio. I will be turning this into the thumbnail for next Monday, later this afternoon. But yeah, again, thanks for hanging out. Have a good weekend, everybody, and I will hopefully see you next Monday or next week to do another bit of digital painting. So take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend.